John and Penny were giddy with the prospect of finally owning a home, and so they ignored the faint chill that clung to the air inside Rose Cottage. Penny, a pragmatic accountant, had voiced a fleeting unease, a whisper about the house feeling stuck, but John, a romantic at heart, dismissed it as pre-moving jitters. Anyway, the price was too good to pass up in the cutthroat English property market. The idyllic facade crumbled quickly. Whispers turned to unsettling noises at night, objects shifted inexplicably, and the air grew heavy with a palpable sense of dread. Penny delved into the house's history, a task John initially scoffed at. She uncovered a local legend. 20 years prior, a woman named Eleanor Ainsworth vanished from Rose Cottage without a trace. The case went cold, Eleanor presumed to have simply run off. "John, this isn't just an old house," Penny said, her voice tight with fear. "Something happened here." John, a skeptic no more, agreed. They decided to renovate, hoping fresh paint and new energy would exorcise the lingering darkness. They hired a local handyman, a burly guy named George, to trace the central heating pipes in the basement, a damp, earthen space that always felt several degrees colder than the rest of the house. Days into the job, George emerged, pale and shaken. "You need to see this," he croaked, his voice barely a whisper. John and Penny followed him down the rickety stairs, the air growing thick and suffocating. George pointed to a section of the wall he'd been working on. He'd chipped away at the plaster, revealing not pipes, but a bricked-up alcove. With trembling hands, he pulled away a loose brick. A wave of putrid air washed over them. Inside the alcove, nestled amongst crumbling mortar and dust, lay a skeleton. A single, tarnished silver locket, engraved with the initials E.A., rested on its skeletal chest. The discovery shattered the quiet village. The police descended, the house transformed into a crime scene. The investigation reopened, the cold case suddenly burning hot. But the most chilling revelation came from the forensic pathologist. Eleanor Ainsworth hadn't simply disappeared, she'd been murdered, the alcove her makeshift tomb. As the police interviewed neighbors and dusted for fingerprints, John and Penny stood outside Rose Cottage, the house now bathed in the harsh glare of floodlights. The chill they'd initially dismissed had returned, sharper and more menacing than before. They knew, with a sickening certainty, that they had unearthed more than just a skeleton. They had awakened a malevolent presence, and Rose Cottage, once their dream home, had become a terrifying nightmare. The perpetrator, whoever they were, had been clever enough to hide their crime for 20 years. But now, with the truth exposed, they were likely to do anything to keep it buried.